and there it is. We need more politicians like this. Well, we're going to get them too. You're going to get more and more people like this, because this ideology that he's talking about and bringing up, this ideology is the winning ideology. This is the mindset of people that win. This is the mindset of people that succeed. And, you know, again, if you reward losers, you know what you get? You get losers. That's what happens. It's almost supposed to be people are creating race warfare to cover for class warfare. Yeah, I think that's exactly what's happening too. I've told it multiple times. Basically, indentured servitude, if someone opts to wipe their debt through labor, it's a solution to private debt crisis that we're in. Yeah, it's artificial stirred up racism, lefties playing on divide and conquer. Yeah, I agree with you on that too. Absolutely, 100%. And the woke right doesn't like that. Yeah, I mean, sure, there's people that are right-wing that are race realists and that are racist. Okay. Like, oh my God. Wow, this is crazy. Like, I really, I mean, I don't think this is, I don't think this is that big of a deal. Yeah, there's some people that are racist and bad actors, absolutely. Let me go back over here. I'll see if there's any more of this to look at, but yeah. I just found out Black Ops 2 predicted that China stopped importing rare earth materials. I did, I saw that too. Yeah, but it ended, the left would have no voters left. Well, I feel like a lot of people are caught up in that. And I actually think that, this is a big conspiracy theory. But I think that the left wing would actually have an easier time winning if they focused on economic policy and, like, American-based, workers' initiatives. But the reason why they don't focus on that is because it's just simply not something that their donors and the ruling class of that party are okay with. Oh, here we go.
California.
California.
Thank you. Thank you, Ranking Member Morelli. I rise on strong...
Now, I just want to say that if you look at the glasses, it's crazy... It's crazy how well stereotyping works. I'll just say it. What are the odds? It seems like it's working every single time. Holy shit.
Strong opposition to the Thank you. Thank you, Ranking Member Morelli. I rise in strong opposition to the so-called SAVE Act, a bill that is a modern-day poll tax targeting American women and low...
It's a poll tax because now you have to show your ID.
Income Americans.
And this is what these people always do, is they like invoking old prejudices and old injustices in order to justify new injustices, but the inversion of them.
This bill bans voter ID. It bans using driver's licenses as voter ID unless they're backed by additional proof of citizenship, a requirement that excludes nearly all driver's licenses and real IDs issued today. Now, for women who have changed their names, often through marriage, this means showing a passport or a birth certificate that may not match their legal name. That would have meant that my grandmother, who had long since lost her birth certificate, would have been ineligible to vote under this bill. In California alone, that would include more than...
So let me get this straight. This is the party that doesn't want old people to vote because old people are stupid, and now you're using the argument that you want your grandmother to vote whenever you yourself are probably 50 years old? How about this?
$7 million women. Now, this would force those women to pay $130 just to get a passport they need to vote, with nearly a third of Californians lacking...
If you can't get $140 to figure it out, you probably are very bad with money. And if you're bad with money, I don't want you making decisions. If you can't figure out how to get $140 together, I don't want you deciding the fate of the country. I'm just going to say it. That might sound harsh. And it's also, by the way, I don't think it's $140, but yeah, that's really what it is. There's plenty of people, by the way, There are crackheads that live under a bridge that can hustle up $140. Easy.
Passports.
They probably get that in half a day. It wouldn't even take them a whole day to get $140. Like, the thing is that these people, if you put their drive and determination against the weakest crackhead under the worst bridge, they will get outperformed like a fucking, like a Walmart American next to an Olympian. Like, it's not even gonna be close. The crackheads be literally running circles around them. Well, they're trying to keep up on their mobility scooter.
This bill would cost them more than $1.25 billion statewide. If you have to pay to vote, that's called a poll tax, plain and simple.
If you have to pay to vote, well, don't you have to pay for gas to get over to the place to vote? I mean, like, this is a stupid argument. So basically because you need ID and you need to pay for ID, that means it's a poll tax? What a ridiculous thing to say.
It is also unnecessary red tape for people just trying to cast a ballot. This is a bill in search of a problem. We have enough trouble getting American citizens to vote.
And of course she's getting mad.
The gentleman reserves his time.
Yep, obviously. And so anyway, this is what happens. Yep, absolutely. Do you think changing birth certificates easy? It often takes months, will lead to millions of different disenfranchised women, and it's completely unnecessary. I think that if you can't figure out how to get your information changed on the internet with the government, I think that you're a retard, and I don't want you to vote. I don't care who it disenfranchises. I think it's just annoying, and honestly, I think it's better that the less people vote, the better. That's it. The shit's easy to change, yeah, and I bet it's a lot easier to change than people make it out to be. And I understand that it might not sound like a nice thing to say, but I think that we are under a really, really big problem, that a lot of our politics and a lot of the positions that people have and discuss are completely based around these weird, contrived worldviews that are initiated by the dumbest 20% of people. And I think that if you cut out the bottom 20% of the dumbest voting population, you would immediately have way better elections. You would have better candidates, you would have better policies, you would have better debates, everything would be instantaneously better. So yes, I'm sorry. If there is a way that I can figure out to disenfranchise that bottom 20%, I will do it, because I think it's what's best for everybody, including the people that are getting disenfranchised.